Hi, and welcome to the Home Buyer Resource Center and for taking that first big step to home ownership. My name is Suzanne Martin, and I've put together the complete roadmap to the home buying process, along with a program to hold your hand step by step so you can buy your home with professional guidance along the way. No matter where you live, I can guide you. You will learn everything from deciding on whether it's time for you to buy a house, to what kind of loans are available, to all the steps necessary to close on your first home. Or if you currently own your own home and need to buy another one, we will go through this course as a refresher course for you, and along with a concierge service to help you purchase again. So welcome to the course, and let's start with an introduction with who I am. Hi, this is Suzanne Martin, and I'm your instructor and coach here at the Nationwide Home Buyers Resource Center. I'm really excited to help you learn about the home buying process. I've been a real estate broker for about 22 years and worked in the states of Washington and Arizona, as well as all over California. After about 20 years of helping people buy and sell homes, I decided to pay it forward and follow my passion in helping the people that really want and need my help, the first-time home buyers and some repeat home buyers. I also enjoy helping veterans use their VAs to buy homes with no money down. I'm a vet myself. I'm ex-Navy. I really feel a sense of satisfaction if I can help someone. And I'd say that about 50% of all the people that I've helped buy homes were first-time home buyers and vets. And I really, really enjoyed it. On a more personal level, my husband Chris and I are empty nesters and enjoy playing pickleball and tennis and spending time with friends, and our pets Maisie, who is our 10-pound Havanese, and our two cats, Mitzi and Maddie. We love the Southern California weather and lifestyle, and that permits us to play tennis and pickleball year-round. I developed this resource center to give back to the first-time home buyer community as a place where you can learn either at your own pace with sessions like this or one-on-one sessions with me at no cost to you. It's my pleasure to work with you and guide you through what could be the daunting task of the home buying process. So let's get started. I put together a complete nationwide resource center to give you a roadmap about the home buying process. And I built a Facebook group that you will be able to connect with me and other first-time home buyers to engage with questions and ideas in a completely private setting. There won't be any real estate posts or advertising or any disruptions. It's purely an educational center. The Nationwide Home Buyer Resource Center will have pre-recorded sessions or modules starting from the very beginning of the home buying process, making the decision to buy, all the way to the conclusion of closing on your new home and everything in between. There are several sessions covering every step in detail, and the sessions are sequential. I will be available to go through these sessions with you personally on Zoom if you like. Just PM me within our group or email me to set up a time. I'd be happy to answer any questions or personally go through the sessions with you. I really hope that this program will help make it easier for you and your family and give you the knowledge and confidence that you need to buy your new home. I'm with you every step of the way, and I'm here if you need me. But you're probably wondering, why is this whole program free? Well, my main goal is to help you and other people like you. I believe if I help others, the rewards will come. My system is designed to help you with the entire home buying process, which means I will match you up with a really good realtor to help you find your dream home. That realtor will give me a referral fee when your home closes. That's how I get paid. There's no obligation for you to use the agents that I select for you, but with my experience in this business, it gives me the foresight to match home buyer and agent that will really work well together. So now, let's get started from the very beginning. Now let's talk about how to get started. This is the beginning stage of the roadmap to homeownership. First, you'll need to decide on whether buying a home is right for you. Are you currently in a lease? Is it about to expire? Or when is the term over? Are you ready to commit to your own home and take the responsibility for the upkeep and paying property tax and yard work and all of that, and not being able to just pack up and leave when you want to go? Those are the things that you'll need to consider. But if you're really happy and excited to the possibility of owning, then congratulations. You'll need to decide on where you want to live. Do you want to stay in the same state or in the same town that you're living right now? You should really hone in on an area before you move forward. Choosing your areas to focus on now will make it easier down the road. Maybe you'll want to live near schools or shopping or parks or your work. And then how about when do you want to move? Do you want to move during a certain time of the year? Maybe after the kids get out of school or during the summer? The most listings will come up in the springtime and you'll have more options. But there's also a lot more buyers out there that you'll be competing with. But during the holidays, like Thanksgiving or Christmas, not many people put their homes on the market, but buyers are not really looking either. But it could be a really good time to have less competition with buyers. So I would keep my options open. But you'll also need to consider how much money that you'll need to save. In later sessions, we'll cover the types of loans available. But for now, let's just talk about saving as much as you can in your bank account. That money needs to be seasoned. That means it needs to be in your account when the lender sees it. So you'll need money for a down payment, which is approximately 3.5% of the purchase price, and that's a good place to start. And then about 2.5% of that purchase price to cover your closing costs. And we'll go over closing costs at a later time as well. You can estimate what you think you can afford using mortgage calculators on Google. They're all over the place. Just try to save as much as you can. If you're a vet or you're buying in a rural area, there may be programs with zero down. The VA is zero down, and then there's a USDA loan, which is also a zero down for rural areas. And start thinking like a homeowner. Every day, tell yourself you're going to buy a home in the place that you want, on the timeline that you want, and you will achieve it. This is part 2 of the roadmap. Keep in mind, future sessions will explain all of these in detail. This is just going to go over the flow of the process. So now that you've made the decision to buy and you're committed to that decision, you will need to get pre-qualified or pre-approved by a lender. There are many lenders or loan officers to choose from. You can work with a bank like Bank of America, where they only have their money to work with, or you could choose a mortgage broker who will help you determine the best loan program for you and search all the lenders out there for the best rates. I can also help you find a great lender. Lenders need to be licensed in the state that you are buying. I work with a lender who will help our group with questions and can work with you when the time comes. When you know how much you're qualified for and your lender gives you the pre-qual letter, you are ready to go and look for homes up to the purchase price on your pre-qual. When you get to this point, you and I have already discussed all of the criteria for the realtor or the agent, and I would have found 2 for you to personally interview so you can choose one to represent you. You'll discuss your criteria for the home that you want, such as price, location, style, number of bedrooms and baths, etc. And your agent will send you listings in your email to review. Choose your favorites, and your agent will show them to you. When you find a great one that you love, you'll write up an offer. Your offer will have an offer price, the terms of your offer, and an earnest money deposit. The earnest money deposit is a sum of money held in escrow as good faith that you will close as agreed. You do get that money back at closing if you perform on the contract and close. Your agent will submit your offer to the seller, who may accept it, counter it, or deny it. Once it's agreed to and signed around, the offer is mutually accepted and escrow is opened. If you live in a state that doesn't have escrow, an attorney will be helping you instead. Now the work starts. You will have certain contingencies to meet, such as your home inspection contingency. Contingencies gives you a way out of the contract should something turn up unsatisfactory. So you'll have the ability to do a home inspection and any other kind of inspection that you'd like on the house during your contingency period. Most of the time it's about 7 to 10 days. So you can have your regular home inspection, you can have a termite inspection, you can have a sewer scope inspection, you could have a geo inspection, like if the house is on a hill and you want somebody to come and take a look, make sure it's not going to slide off, you can do that, but you have to do all of those within that 7 to 10 days or whatever you negotiated. The seller will also give you disclosures that they have filled out to the best of their knowledge about the house. There will be a series of questions. You'll get a copy of that. You'll have a few days to review it, and then you'll sign it. If you have questions, you can ask your agent to go back and ask for further clarification, and then the seller will have to revise it and get it back to you. At this time, escrow was open, and a copy of your purchase and sale agreement was also sent to your lender. They're going to start the loan process at this point. So what they'll be doing is asking you for a lot of documents. You'll be asked for your W-2s and bank statements and work things, all sorts of stuff. So be prepared to spend time, lots of time, gathering your documents. The more you do now in the beginning, the less that they'll bother you later on to get more documents. Everybody needs to be in good communication. So your real estate agent, your lender, you, escrow, everybody needs to be in communication. And if you're not feeling like your agent is communicating with you, just call them and say, hey, would you mind giving me more frequent updates? I think your relationship with your agent is very, very important. They want to do a great job, and they may just think that you understand the process or whatever, and they're not giving you the updates, or maybe they don't even have an update. But just let them know what you would like, because sometimes 2 or 3 days go by and you might say, I haven't heard from them, I'm wondering what's going on. So please call anybody if you're not getting the kind of communication that you like. So as you go down the roadmap in this process, the lender will order an appraisal for the property. The appraisal is going to be not at a home inspection at all. It's just going to be measuring and making sure of the market value. The lender wants to make sure that the money that they're loaning you, that the house is worth that much. There's also going to be title insurance, and title insurance is an insurance policy to make sure that your house is on the certain boundaries and that there's no marks on the title. So they'll go through the past, as far as how old your house is. They'll go all the way back to make sure that everything on that house is correct. You also have to start looking for homeowners insurance. When you were a renter, you may have gotten renter's policy, but when you own a house, you'll need to have homeowners insurance. So you can go out and shop that for the best price. If you are buying a condo, then you would get renter's insurance again, because it'll cover everything in the contents of the house. The HOA will cover everything outside of the house. There's also a home warranty that you can get. When you buy a new house, you don't really know if something's going to break down the first month that you move in. So if you get a home warranty, it will cover all of the items that you order up front. And sometimes the seller can include that with the sale of the property. If your hot water tank is not working, you call an 800 number, somebody will come out and repair it. And if they can't repair it, they actually will replace it. It does cost about $75 or so for a trip fee. As you get further along, you'll be removing contingencies. So if everything was fine with the home inspection and you remove that contingency, then you have other contingencies such as the appraisal contingency and the finance contingency that you'll have to remove. Okay, the HOA doc review means that you'll be receiving documents from the homeowners association. If you buy a house that has an HOA, you will get documents. If you live in a condo, you will get a lot of documents. You'll have a specified amount of time to review them. And if you see something in there that you don't like, you can actually cancel the whole contract and get your earnest money back. And most of the time that doesn't happen. But say, for example, you move into a condo and you have a large dog, but the condo says you can only have dogs that are, 20 pounds or less. And you've found that out during the review. You can actually just cancel the contract and move on. Okay, so as you're getting to the end of the process, near closing, you'll have loan approval. And during the loan approval phase where they go through with a fine-tooth comb, they may ask you to support something that they found, maybe your employment verification or certain things like that. They may ask you for more documents. So just be prepared for that. You'll be removing all of your contingencies. The last one to go is the finance contingency, but you don't want to remove the finance contingency until you have complete loan approval. And your lender will tell you, yes, you can go ahead and remove it. Some agents, listing agents, ask for it, and some don't. Don't offer it unless it's asked for you to remove it by the listing agent, the seller's agent. Then you'll have your final walkthrough, which is usually about 3 days or so before closing. The final walkthrough is just making sure that the house is in the same condition that it was in when you put your offer in. Then you're going to go sign your loan docs. And they're going to tell you how much money to bring in for your down payment and all. And that would be cashier's check, generally. You can also wire the money there. Once the money's there and they have all of the documentation that they need, those documents that you've signed go back to the lender. They review it, and then they say we're clear to close, meaning they have everything that they need. They send the money to escrow, and then escrow records your title. And then that. So to summarize what we just went over and to go through the next steps, we talked about preparing yourself to start the home buying process and all the steps involved in it. And in the next session, session 2, we're going to go into detail into those steps that we've just outlined. So see you in session 2.